Okay, so you always have a question for me. Today I have a question for you. Where have all the good people gone? Where are all the lovely people? Where are all the crazy artists? Where are all the crazy musicians? I used to remember the world would revolve around music and art and love. What happened? Well, today I'm going to draw the modern person. Okay. It was a discussion that we had in the park about what is man now? What are the people now? How have we evolved? So I thought, why not draw the modern person? Interested? Let's do it. Okay, so the modern man, the modern person. What has happened? Where are all the beautiful people? Is my worry? Is my question to the whole world? What has happened to us? Whatever happened to all the beautiful people? Well, let's get in and draw up something about the modern man. Let's get in there and kind of get a nice shape. Let's get something rough and kind of, because I do feel the modern people are not smooth and sweet anymore. And as a child, I remember how lovely everybody was. I remember having, friends of the family that would kind of turn up, and they would always be so sweet and so beautiful and so lovely, and I'm wondering what has happened. Where have all these kind of lovely people gone? What is going on? What's going on in the world, This week has been horrible. This week has been a week of rape and murder and killing and all those horrible words. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. I'm just thinking, what the hell has happened? Where are all the lovely, sweet people? Where's all the... I remember as a child, there used to be people that would come around and they would say, "Oh, we have a pear tree. Would you like a box of pears?" And little gestures of kindness, and now it's like kindness seems to be a rare word. It seems to be a word that you very rarely kind of hear anymore. It's kind of like, I'm kind of feeling like, what the hell has happened? Well, I guess modern man needs to have a very big nose. Needs a very big nose to sniff out all the BS, if you know what I mean. All the bullshit that's floating around in this planet. He needs to have a big nose to sniff it all, to soak it all up, because there's so much of it these days. And it's so sad, Give me those people that would share their biscuits with you, So I'm going to give him a very big nose. And as I'm talking, I really want to kind of get some color in here. I really want to try and get some. What we got here? Blue. So there's a nice blue. I'm thinking maybe You know, it's like everybody seems to be a little bit kind of confused about who they are, and what they belong to, and my gang's better than your gang. So I'm gonna kind of give him some kind of eye makeup just to make him pretty enough to kind of be in my gang, you know. Because that seems to be where the world seems to be getting to the point of, you know, if you're not like me, I don't like you. You know, if you don't draw, if you don't eat chocolate biscuits too much, and if you don't play the mandolin, I hate you. You know, that type of thing. That type of madness, you know. And is there a nice red somewhere? Let's get a nice. And it just seems a little bit like, what the hell's going on, you know? Let's get some nice lipstick. Let's get a nice big bulbous lips on there. And I just I'm feeling it a lot these days. I'm feeling, you know, recently we've had some horrible videos from America. And it's not, it used to be as a kid you would kind of say, oh, well, it's the Russians or it's the Spanish or whatever. Now I think it's everybody, you know. Like everybody's kind of going a little bit nutsy. You know, I think we're kind of slowly forgetting about being people. Do you know what I mean? Does it make any sense to anybody except for me? And I'm just kind of getting to this stage in my life where I'm kind of like, I'm looking for the lovely people. What has happened to them? Where are they? What's going on? Right, sorry, I'm kind of drawing and talking and everything's kind of going a little bit bizarre at the moment. I'm kind of painting in stuff and I'm drawing stuff at the same time. And I feel like people have forgotten that we're people, you know, that we are lovely and kind and friendly and all those magical words that I remember from my childhood, you know. People, neighbours and people down the street would all kind of know each other and they would all be so... Am I dreaming it all? Am I? You know, I kind of feel like even... Let's give him some ears. But let's give him ears that I've got earplugs in. Because nobody seems to be hearing anybody else. It's like, let's get a nice cork feeling to them. Everybody seems to be just, I don't like you. I don't like you. Why? Well, I don't know, but I don't like you. Okay. And it's really making me sad. So I'm trying to draw up who this modern man is, who this modern people. I have to say people. I can't say man. I can't say man anymore. I have to say people. I have to say people. For the simple reason that I don't want to get people angry, you know. And especially on the internet, people are very quick. Very, very, very quick to kind of be angry about something for some reason. I'm going to give him a nice big collar. Why am I going to give him a big collar? Because I feel like, you know, thinking about it, you know, everybody does seem to be a little bit led, you know. We've got this kind of collar around our necks and we're all being pulled and pushed into different directions, and it's all stupidity. You know? But I've always had a bit of a problem with it, to be honest. I've always had this problem of, you know, people not liking people because of their flag. You know? Whereas I would like to think that I don't really care where you're from, as long as you're a nice person, you know, as long as you're a kind person. And I feel like everybody has like a bit of a hole in their head. So let's draw a nice hole in the head. And they've got their brain somewhere up here. Because I think people need more air in their brains these days, you know. I feel nobody's brain seems to be working these days. I feel it's all ugly, you know. So I'm going to draw a very stupid modern man. I didn't really decide to do a stupid modern man, but it seems to be leading that way. Like the modern person, whether you're a man or a woman or something in between. I would really love everybody to start being nice. Is that too much to ask in this modern world? Is it? You know? So I'm just going to kind of draw up. You know, I kind of almost like maybe it would be a good way to do it. It's like seeing the kind of the chart of the evolution as they do from monkeys to caveman. You know, you kind of go from goldfish to monkey to caveman to modern man. And I feel like after modern man, it's this insane, crazy creature. And this insane, crazy creature seems to hate everybody. It doesn't seem to have a love. The only love I feel like with modern people is themselves, you know. I mean, it's a good thing to love yourself, but not so much that you would hurt other people for it. So I'm going to give this some kind of I'm just going to draw. This isn't really a symbol of anything. It's not a symbol of a child, or it's a symbol of like an innocent person, you know, like it's a symbol of that kind of quiet, shy person that doesn't really agree with anything that's going on, that isn't kind of friendly, you know. And I'm just going to try and draw this little innocent person. Not a boy, not a girl, but just an innocent creature. Let's stick with creature. And he's staring at this modern man in a way of, you know, Like, what happened? This is like me. It's like, you know, this is like a almost like a symbol of me. It's kind of like me looking at the world, thinking, what happened? Where have all the nice people gone? That's what I'm asking myself. You know, even I go to the park now. I walk the dog in the park, and I see people. You know, people selling drugs, and it's just become a crazy world. You got drugs everywhere. You've got angry people everywhere. And not going to mention the name of the person that got shot this week, but I'm sure you all know. That really upset me. Seeing somebody shot on live TV is it's scary and horrible and all of that. So this is that innocent mind. This is a little bit of a symbol, like who I am. I kind of turn on the TV. Well, I don't have a TV, but I turn on the internet, and then I see, well, this country is angry with this country about the price of apples, and you go, what? Okay, so we're going to war because of the price of apples. Okay, all right. I'm sure this government know what they're doing or whatever, you know. Um, but it's all really quite sad. Right, so let's get an idea of what's happening here. Right, let's get one arm in. And one arm has to have a telephone, right? He's got to have a, you know, the world's gone crazy, you know. At the moment, everybody's going mad for, you know, like the new iPhone is out, and the whole world seems to be screaming and dancing and jumping around. It's like, okay, if you're excited about it, cool. Um, is it really something that we need? Hmm. I'm gonna get in and draw his long, spindly fingers. I'm gonna draw my phone. I will draw the banana phone, okay? Just so I don't upset anybody. There's the screen of it, and I will do a big banana. That's the new phone. And everybody wants this phone, and everybody's gonna kill for this phone, you know? Let's give him some. Let's give him a nice little kind of tank top. I'm gonna feel like okay. I'm gonna make this drawing slightly rude. Okay. Or I'm going to draw him with... On that one there, he has no breast. And maybe the smoke that you see rising might be just my incense burning. And I'm going to draw one long kind of stretched out breast, so that it's staying away from any attack of it being a man or a woman. It's kind of like somewhere in the middle. I would love to get your thoughts on what is modern man, you know. Modern man, modern people. Where are we now on that scale of goldfish, monkey, caveman, man? Where have we gone? Where have we ended up? Where are we? Where are we on the scope of everything? Let's just give him a little hand that's kind of giving a very gentle, very gentle wave. Can you see that? And in the same vein, we've kind of got a very fierce face that is looking at him. Oh dear, I've taken a long time on this one today. I'm terribly sorry for this drawing to be slightly longer than the others. I didn't intend it to be so. But I hope it will be worth it in the end. And of course, I'm expecting some comments. I'm kind of slightly nervous on this one because I know that the comments are going to be hard. You know, I know that they're going to be very hard for me. But this is on no side, okay? This is just an opinion. This is not on any political side, any gender side, anything side. It's just a crazy observation of the state of man, the state of the human race, maybe as a better term. Evolution, okay, you know. Evolution, the evolution of the human race and the state we are in. There you go. Probably a better title. And can even get a nice tongue coming in through there. Lovely. I'm going to have to try and speed it up a little bit now, because I'm kind of going past that kind of threshold of it being too long, and people will switch off. And I kind of feel like now it's like really important for people to be disagreeing with somebody else, you know. It kind of seems to show them their own personal power in a way, you know. I don't like you because you've got two ears. You know, it's like, what? Okay. Okay. Right, well, that's his bottom. And let's give him a nice kind of pig's tail coming out of that bottom. Because I do kind of feel that we are becoming very pig-like. And legs, right. Well, let's kind of get on with some... I'm going to try and give him some animal legs. Why am I giving him animal legs? Because I think we are returning back to being animals. We are getting worse and worse and not better and better, you know. You go back to the days of, you know, people building the pyramids and people building great churches and such like that. And I do think that we were much more clever. What's happened to us? We've become animal idiots, to be honest. Oh my god, this is a strange drawing, isn't it? This is definitely a strange drawing. This drawing arm's coming in there. Give him some hoof. And what I'm going to do is because we are so stupid, I'm going to put a symbol of the politics at the moment, and I'm going to put left on the right foot and right on the left foot, because I do find that we are becoming idiots. We are becoming political idiots. The politics of the world seems to be like we're all becoming sheep, and it's horrible. So, I've got another. I'm going to draw a gun in this hand. I know I haven't drawn the hand yet, but it's coming. And it's aiming it at the poor innocent boy, because the poor innocent boy doesn't know any better. As it is around the world, we are constantly pointing at innocent people as being the problem. Wow, what a very crazy drawing for today. And there we have the second arm. The first arm is holding his telephone, and the second one is pointing his gun. Isn't that quite beautiful? And I kind of feel that's a little bit of describing. Well, it's describing. Well, it's describing a lot about the way people are thinking these days. And just to be extremely horrible, I'm going to draw one of the other problems in this world, and it's to do with this kind of raping, and it's all sex and money, so I will apologize in advance for my rude drawing, but I don't think I can draw one side without the other side, and the whole kind of sex side of the whole world has also gone out of control. And this is just one man's opinion, but I feel like all of these elements here are starting to explain themselves. I feel like they're all kind of showing the problems of this world that we're living in. The sex, the money, the violence. And I hope this drawing is not too offensive. Though it's not meant to be offensive, it's supposed to be an observation of the evolution of man in some strange way. So, there we have. Oh dear, dear, dear. I know I'm going to get in trouble with this one. Please be gentle with me. If I was the king, everybody would be nice to you. Everybody would be nice to each other, and chocolate would be free. So there we have a very bizarre drawing for today. A very aggressive. I do feel it's aggressive. I do feel it's giving my opinion of the world at the moment and the human race at the moment. And I hope to see that the world will wake up and the whole world will start loving each other and being nice to each other. I do believe that the human race is mostly beautiful people. And I would love to see things becoming beautiful again. I would love to see some beautiful values coming back to the world. Some beautiful thoughts coming back to the world. And that, my friends, is today's opinion. And I'm very sure that is not your opinion, and hopefully it will not offend too many people. But with this week, with the murders on TV, and with the world going slightly insane, I feel it needs to be said. So so his brain is outside of his head. He's got earplugs in because he doesn't want to listen to anybody else. He's got a tongue that's coming out very close to this innocent boy who's waving to this beast that's holding a gun to him. A one-breast beast with a large male appendage. And he has got a phone in one hand. Let's do an R on that side. So his left foot is on the right and his right is on the left. And that's a kind of like a little bit of a play on this political situation where everybody's either on one side. You got to be, what side are you on? Well, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm kind of like on being nice, you know? And I don't feel any side is being nice at the moment. I feel every side is being horrible. I feel every side is being aggressive. I feel every side is being unhuman. So, what we need now, maybe we need some money raining down, because money is money seems to be the problem at the moment. It's like everybody is kind of like screwing the world for money. So I'll do a few notes coming down, and that will be the end. And thank you very much for spending your time with me. And I hope my drawing has made you think about the kindness on the earth, and where are all the nice people? Where are they? Where have they all gone? So, if you're offended, my apologies. If you're not, and you can see how this madness of the world has developed this new creature that is the modern man. The evolution of the modern man, I'm guessing, because it's got ridiculous. So, write and tell me, where are all the beautiful people? And you're very welcome to give me your opinion of some things. And please, not a political opinion. I feel like, I feel like that. I feel like that is my answer. That is what I want to say. And I love you all very much. Thank you very much for your support. And thank you very much for all your comments and your donations and everything. I do love all of you. And thank you very much. And I'll see you back here very, very soon. Look forward to hearing from you.